Today is 468 days I come here to share lessons I learned and I'm learning. I hope those lessons support your dreams, your goals, allow you to become the person that you want to become. Today I'll speak about bad things, about the things that you do every single day that really sabotage your future. Now, when you think about example, a lot of times when you think about the candle and you have that fires on the top, and if you just go above that fire, you will not feel any pain. But if you start putting your finger and you keep that finger above the fire, you will start feeling the pain and it will hurt you even more and more. And after that, it be unbearable pain, and of course you will need to move up your finger from that fire. Exactly the same with any kind of bad habits. When you put when you do that bad habit just one time, we will not feel any difference. But when you constantly keeping that bad habit in your life, in the future something will happen that you will need to change your lifestyle. So today we'll share 5 things that really compounds. If that you keep doing those things, sooner or later will need to change, otherwise your life will suffer. So first one is procrastination. So that means when you procrastinate things, you will start to feel that your life is not going anywhere. And of course you will procrastinate more and more because you start believing that this is who you are. So you will put that I am procrastinator. So that means when you put that identity onto yourself, that means that everything what you do will procrastinate. And because you procrastinate, you will not be able to achieve things. You will fail a lot of things. And because you fail a lot of things, now you attach yourself in I'm failure. And because you're a failure, you don't try new things. And you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, of course, and you stay that mediocre life. But if you want to pursue something meaningful, you need to break that habit of procrastination and really move forward to do something more meaningful. Second thing is overeating. That means, of course, if you overeat once, nothing will change. A lot of people overeat during Christmas or any other celebration, Easter. There are so many celebrations that people overeat, but it's just once in a while. But some people overeat every single day, and of course that shows up on their weight. And of course, because they overeat, they do not exercise enough. They are overweight, and that means it's a struggle for the heart, and sooner or later they will suffer some kind of pain, some kind of diseases, and of course most likely they will need to change their lifestyle. Or if you not change your lifestyle, of course that means that you will basically die soon. But if you have family, if you have important people that you really care about, you're supposed to understand that you need to break that habit, because as I said, that if you keep your finger above the fire, you will need to lift your hand. Otherwise, you will burn your finger. Exactly the same with overeating. You need to move out of that overeating. Otherwise, you will burn it. Number 3 is spending beyond your means. That means that every single time you spend every single day on things that doesn't matter, because I truly believe that we need to focus on major things and you do not spend money on minor things. Because when you start spending every single day, then you see that your budget is zero, or let's say you live paycheck to paycheck. Because that zero doesn't motivate you. But when you really start making budget and you start seeing that every single month there's adds up, you start to believe in compounding. But now if you every single month you see that zero and zero and zero, and you always live your life in that zero, because you're always not able to focus on that. Okay, let's compound. Because spending more than you make, or spending exactly what you make, is sad. But if you start making like, okay, I saved this month 100, okay, let's try to make next month 150. So that means when you have that compound mindset in a positive way, of course, it could lead to great things. But if you have that spending beyond your means, it will feel very discouraged and it will never be able to save money. Number 4 is smoking. It's interesting because a lot of times people say, oh, I will stop smoking in a year. But a lot of times when people smoke for 20 years, they smoke so long that it's very hard to break that. So if you are a smoker for 2 weeks, for a month, for a year, the sooner you break it, the easier to get out of it. Because people realize only after 20 years how bad the smoking was. Because they have difficulty with lungs, they have difficulty with skin. There are so many difficulties that come up later. But again, you need to understand that how that one decision to smoke every single day will lead in 20 years. Number 5 is neglecting self-care. Of course, when you neglect your sleep, you neglect your all other parts of your self-care, at one time nothing changes. But when you do it for years, for decades, you start seeing that you look much older than other people who are exactly the same age. So I truly believe that we need to understand today how much our habits, daily habits, impacts our future. Because if you do not change those bad habits that compounds over time, at some point in the future we'll start to see that you're not where you love to be. Again, all those things that I said that is bad things, it could be changed to good things. Procrastination could be execution. You can execute every single time. It'll compound. Then overeating, that means that really making sure that you eating a healthy diet. That will compound as well in your body, in your energy. Then there's a spending beyond your means. Then means making a budget and start seeing that compound. Then smoking, and it could be moving to eating an apple a day. That will come on in your health as well. And last one is that neglecting self-care. Maybe in moving to other direction and you really making sure that you always self-care. Because I had a friend who said that I have 23 hours in a day because 1 hour is exercise and 23 hours could be allocated to something else. So that means, do you allocate at least 1 hour a day to really self-care activities? Because I truly believe when you do all those 5 things, it could make your life or could break your life, and the choice is yours. I hope you tune in and see you tomorrow.